Hi, I'm the host of the STO Smokers Lounge. I'm here to tell you about Anchor, the perfect app that you can use right now to start your own podcast network. You can broadcast right now. All you got to do is download the app, whether you have a phone, iPad, or even a laptop or desktop. You can right now download Anchor or go to Anchor FM right now and start recording and have your stuff broadcasted over multiple platforms such as Spotify. So go to Anchor today and start your podcast career like I have. Because trust me, I love me some Anchor.
Hey, it's Princess Havoc, your favorite BBW adult star and host of Causing Havoc, along with the fabulous Bobby Lucas, where we talk about anything and everything. Come follow the dopamine with us Sundays at noon, now with video. Part of the Premium Smoke Room family and streaming exclusively on Anchor and Spotify. Run, don't walk to subscribe now. For only $4.99 a month, you get my show and 4 other great shows as well. See you there. Mwah.
Yeah, welcome to the world of podcasting, darling. This is what happens sometimes.
I noticed that. I was like, okay, I'm talking to myself.
Okay, well, like your audio went out, and I was like, okay, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So welcome to the world of podcasting, darling, because that is what I deal with, you know. That's why I told you with, like I said, if it gets too crazy with Anchor, we go to Skype.
Okay.
You know, but that's just how it works. And trust me, it's like, it's funny as fuck because, you know, I thought that podcasting would be easier than me doing porn. It's just as hard, just as frustrating.
I bet.
And that is actual facts. So let me do these participles, Miss Lady. We can get this thing on the road, all right?
Okay, sounds good.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Smokers Lounge here on Anchor. The perfect app for anyone trying to start their own podcast career. All you got to do is download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm and get yourself a profile today. I'm your host, Kavanaugh, the Southern Champ, a.k.a. the Porn Rap Star. You know what it is. Find all my links with one link. allmylinks.com/porn rap star. Let me tell you about 3 wonderful sponsors that has been sponsoring us for now well over damn near almost 2 years. First off, the Facebook and the LS community. I'm talking about lsswirl.com. Go there today and get yourself a profile. Also, the hottest online magazine in the game, people. I'm talking about Eroticism Mag, eroticismmagazine.com. Go there today, get yourself a month's subscription. Get it paperback and mailed to you or get it digital. And last but not least, but black owned for you consumers. A new place where you can consume XXX content, some of the hottest ladies and gents in the business. And for you content creators, 90% profit, and you ain't got to worry about hashtags. I'm talking about excitebunny.com. Whether you're a consumer, whether you're a content creator, get a profile and make money today or spend some money. And also, we're a proud member of the GW District Black Podcasting Network. Plus, while you're there, get some shopping done from over 500 black-owned retailers, shops, and boutiques. I'm talking about none other than shopgwdistrict.com. Also, check us out on SkyhawkAfterDarkTV.com as well as the BGP LLC app, or go to BGPLLC.com to listen to us on your desktop or on your, iPad. Now, with that being said, I'm going to shove and let this sexy, hot MILF, who is a pinup businesswoman, and I can take it, cam lady, if I'm correct, introduce herself. Go ahead.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Ruby Lynn. Yes, I am a cam model and content creator of the adult nature.
Okay. Most definitely. So, first off, what type of content do you create? So we can get a spectrum of what you do, Miss Lady.
So I create XXX content. I have fan site. I am a cam model, so I live stream. I do solo content, girl, boy, girl, um, and put that out for the world to see.
Yes, yes. I see you with one of the friends of the show. I'm talking about Artemix and
Yes,
stuff.
Artemis,
And
yes.
yes, and I consider him one of the hottest new faces when it comes to male talents in the business. Very, 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 very interesting character, I must say. I enjoyed talking to him. How was it working with him?
Oh my gosh, he was amazing. Yeah, I can't say enough about him and how great he was to work with. Um, yeah, very professional, and yeah, I could just go on and on. He was absolutely amazing.
Most definitely. Y'all actually look real good together. I ain't even go further on that. And because it's like what's interesting is when with us being in the business, 'cause I'm retired myself.
Mhm.
People don't realize the things that we have to do in this business to succeed in it, to be in it, and the whole nine. So when you broke into business, what were some of the misconceptions that you had walking into the business? Hello? Hello?
Black Wall Street is now online, baby. That's right. Visit the GW District. Shop the very best in men's and women's apparel and accessories, home decor, office supplies, books, pantry items, and so much more. The GW District is a retail marketplace of black-owned products and media. We're both veteran and black-owned, and we're bringing you the best online shopping experience with products made by small businesses. Come and experience the GW District difference today at shopgwdistrict.com. That's shopgwdistrict.com. The GW District, a retail marketplace of black-owned products and media.
That's right. That's right.
Like I said, I got the beginning of it, so I'm not even worried. So, yeah. Now, with that being said, we were talking about you working with Artemix and everything, and with that being with you, with you working with Artemix and everything,
Yes.
that leads us to basically how did Ruby Lynn enter into the business?
Okay, so I am a social worker turned triple X content creator. And so that's my fun story. I started in this business officially in the fall of 2019. I started selling dirty panties online. There was a website called Scented Pansy, and I was in a naughty girls group on Facebook, and someone posted that, and I thought, oh my gosh, I need to make extra money. Social work doesn't pay very much, and because I wanted to travel. So hopped on this website, started selling dirty panties. Wasn't very successful because I didn't take it serious. I didn't treat it as a business. I just didn't put out good quality, and it kind of failed and fizzled. And so, right before COVID, I mean, we're talking like February of 2020, I decided to give it a real try. I had been on vacation in January, and I'm like, I want to make money to travel, and I got to get serious about this. And I love, what I was doing. So rebranded, did a new stage name, entered back in, took professional pics, treated it as a business, and it just blew up. I started getting requests for videos and clips, wearing the panties or, other things. Girl, boy content, wearing the panties, etc. And so it just kind of morphed from there. And then I was like, okay, this is great. And I started doing research. I'm a researcher and found out about live cam and, thought, well, I'm going to give that a try. I'm an exhibitionist. I've been in the swinger lifestyle for about 15 years. My kink is being watched. Like, this is perfect. So got on, a campsite, and it just really took off. I had my stunt cock, my partner, and yeah, it just went crazy. And then all of a sudden, we're being nominated for awards, and it just kind of
Oh
morphed from
shit.
there. Yeah,
So
until
let's unpack the award winning and the camping before we move into you working with, going outside of that into straight up doing boy girl scenes and content.
okay.
Because so you were doing live sex shows as well as
Yeah.
solo shows, correct?
Yeah, yep, solo and with I call him my stunt cock, my partner.
Or one of my people said a meat mannequin. That he said that he called himself a meat mannequin. So
Yep, yep, stunt cock and business partner.
oh yeah, I mean because a lot of times girls don't have a dude to work with,
Right.
and with you had the ability to do both or what have you, and like one, how did you figure out which webcam site would be good for you to do one or the other? You feel what I'm saying? Because some
Yes.
campsites, it might be they want to see you, they don't care about the dude. And in some campsites, they want to see
Right.
you do. You feel what I'm saying? How did you
I
navigate
do.
that?
So originally, I had made an account like on ManyVids for clips. So all these clips that I was making with the panty customers, I wanted to be able to, double dip. I wanted to sell those, and so I was on ManyVids. We tried ManyVids originally, but it just wasn't our niche. That wasn't a good site for us. And I started following a couple of cam models that were on YouTube because I'm a researcher, so I was just, scouring the internet for information, and ended up at the time, there was a campsite that was recommended. There wasn't a lot of couples, that kind of thing, and so we jumped on that campsite, and it just blew up. Like it just went crazy, and so we were lucky that that one was really conducive for couples shows.
And which site was
And
this?
that was Strip Chat. So that was
Okay.
before it was kind of, oversaturated. And it was right before COVID hit too. So we got in, I don't know if it was just luck or what, but we got in
Y'all got
right
on
before
ground level.
COVID.
That what it was.
And then COVID hit, and of course it just went crazy. And then with quarantine, it was a good thing, we were home anyway, so let's make money. But yeah, that just took off, and we started getting nominated for awards. We haven't won any as a cam couple yet, but that just blew us away. We're like, wow, people really
And
like
this was
us.
in your first full year doing this, taking this serious.
Yeah, the first full year taking it serious. I think we got nominated like for 3 or 4 awards. So that was just crazy, and that experience was, overwhelming. And we
Now,
started making some serious money. It was crazy.
because it's crazy because, like, I always say this and I always talk, when does the switch hit that you take it serious making the business? You walked in that way. You feel what I'm coming from?
Look, yeah, for the most part, I'd say about 90 days in, one evening I looked across on the couch and I'm like, dude, this is a business. Like, do you realize how much money we're making? And I started penciling it out, and I'm like, we need to like form an LLC. We need to,
Yeah.
do all this stuff. And so we did, like within 90 days of entering this industry.
Yeah, because every picture that you post is pin-up-ish. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
You don't really post selfish but so much. You understand being a sex symbol. You get where I'm coming from?
well, I don't know about that. I'll take
I
the
mean,
compliment.
no, because the reason why I say that is like I said, I tell females if you want to play the part, you have to be the part.
Yes.
part of it, if you're a porn star, if you consider yourself a porn star, or if you consider yourself a serious influencer, or if you consider yourself a serious model, you have to have some professional looking type pics at some point.
Absolutely. And in the beginning, I didn't. But I'll tell you the best investment I ever made, this is a little plug, is last fall. I hired a social media and OnlyFans coach. I hired Romy Chase. And I tell you, that was the best money I ever spent. That
She's good at what she
is
does.
good. And she helped me mold my brand. She helped me work smarter, not harder. Yeah, I can't give her enough credit.
So now you being nominated, you're in a webcam couple. When did y'all started making content to put up? Because like I said, it's when you're dealing with webcam fans and content fans, it's two separate type fans.
Correct.
You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? So, which I'm pretty sure because y'all had the live sex shows, you had crossover. But when did y'all started focusing in on the content side of it?
I would say probably last year, so mid 2021. We had really ignored the whole OnlyFans thing during COVID. I mean, we just didn't want to go there. We wanted to really stick with cam. But
I was making good money.
We were making good money, but I always want to make more.
Yeah, true that. It's nothing wrong with making money in your sleep, trust me.
Exactly. And so, cam is very time. It's a time suck. I mean, when you're on cam, you can't do anything else. And so last summer, because our income, we kept, we did good in 2020. We doubled our income in 2021. And so we finally bit the OnlyFans bullet, I guess you'd say, like in the spring of 2021. And it was okay. I wasn't running it like successfully. It was just okay. We started making content. But you're right. It was mostly for the cam stuff. And so as our business built, it was my goal to quit my day job. We both worked 9 to 5s and then did the business as well, basically full time. So for me personally, because I'm the marketer, I'm the editor, I'm the everything, I was literally working 70 hours a week between 25 hours a week on cam, 40 hours working a day job, and so my goal was always to quit the social work job. I was completely burned out. And so that's why in the fall, I realized if I want to take this to the next level, I have to align myself with those who are successful in this business, because you've got to surround yourself with those that you want to be like. You need to rise to that level. Yep. And so I had been watching Romy for at least a year and what she was doing with her business. And I knew that if I needed to take this to the next level, I needed to align myself with her.
True that. So now that you're shooting content, like how did y'all schedule y'all shoots? How much did y'all shoot? How often did y'all shoot for your content?
Yeah, so I didn't actually start shooting much collab content until this year. And mostly because
with you and your stunt cops. We'll get to collabo in a minute.
Yeah, so shooting actual content, I would say we did a little bit in 2020, but only by request. So if someone wanted something specific. 2021 is when we actually started filming content and clips for sale.
Shouts out to Clips for Sale. I've been with them since the beginning of my career. So, I mean, because like I said, I know that y'all had to shoot a lot to keep it updated. So, like, did y'all shoot twice a week, once a month, twice a month, 4 times a month? Because, some, like, many talent try to shoot as much as possible, get as much content as possible. And you had to dig right there. You feel where I'm coming from?
Well, yeah, and the thing is if you're doing a cum show 7 days a week on cam, which we we were streaming 7 days a week. You're right. We had to schedule that in. So I would say at least once a week we were shooting something to just for content to sell. But we would also record our cam shows and resell clips from that.
Yeah, I figured y'all were gonna do that. I was about to say, ain't no way in hell y'all weren't gonna set both the laptop and the camera.
Oh yeah.
Let's get a 2-for-1 here, shall we?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, there were some nights we had 2 laptops and 2 phones.
I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, y'all doing a cam show. Cause I even talk to the girls like, overseas, what have you, they do camming. Like when they're doing their cam show, they have the camera set up and they'll take that with their camera and that's their content.
Yes.
So they can hit both sides of it and everything.
Yeah, we were doing
and like
that as well.
And then 2, y'all really wasn't pressed to shoot content because y'all making so much money from the camming.
Right. But our goal was always to be able to cut back on camming. I mean, we were doing 7 days a week and and working 5 days a week. It was starting to get tiring.
Yeah, because it's one, you got to talk them in the building anyway, and it's live show. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like it depends on the longer you stay on, the more money you make, especially when you're hot.
Sometimes, not all the time.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, don't get it twisted. You can be hot. You done been on there for about an hour and you killed it. You feel what I'm saying? Versus you shooting a 20-minute, 25-minute scene. You feel where I'm coming from?
Yep, absolutely.
So now you start to dribble to shooting your own content with your stunt cock.
Yep.
And what made you decide to do content trade when you work with others? Because I always said this: the blueprint to success in the porn business is you have a resident male talent, which you have, and you spread your wings and work with other established male talent or female talent to build your cachet and to tap into their fan bases and to broaden your fan base. You get what I'm coming from? So, who was the first one that you hooked up with? How did you hook up with them? And what made you decide to step out of your circle? Because a lot of females is just comfortable where they at.
Right. So, to be perfectly honest, this year was the first year I did any collabs. We did a couple threesome scenes last year, so MMF, with a friend of ours who lives in the Midwest, who would come to visit and was okay with signing all the paperwork. So we did a couple threesome scenes, but I literally never worked with anybody else until this year, and it was because this year I wanted to, really branch out. I guess I should back up because in December of 2021, I was able to shoot pro porn with the Score Group, which is the 50 plus. Yeah, the 50 plus MILF website.
Let's unpack that right there because Score is legendary. Score is legendary. They span the globe. They are like one of the grandfathers in this. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To level Playboy and the whole nine. So how did Score find you? Or did you find them?
I kind of found them. Being a MILF built cougar, I just always knew I want to do this full time and I want to do it. I want to, go pro or, kind of pro. And so I had reached out to them last fall because, of course I know all the websites, all the MILF websites. And I'm like, my literal lifetime dream, and this is no lie. I've been on other podcasts and talked about when I was a teenager, I knew I wanted to go into the sex work arena. It just took me 50 something years to get there. I reached out to them and just said, filled out their paperwork and said, gosh, I'm interested in shooting with you. Here's my background. Here's samples, blah, blah. And so went back and forth with them. And I happened to be in Miami in December for a different reason. I was on a girls' trip. And so I shot with them for 2 days. And it was absolutely amazing. That was my first I would say that was my first pro, that's my first pro shoot. I went by myself. It was super exciting. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's unpack this because see, we always unpack the shoots because see, it's the difference between content and pro. Always
Yeah,
have been.
for sure.
So with that being said, with Score Mag, how many scenes? Because you did 2 days. So for what I know they do probably solo. I think probably a boy girl.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
or what have you. And it's on a set and it's on a different level of professional. It's top
Yes.
of the line. It's Hollywood. So tell me your emotions, how you felt walking on set, seeing this is a set. This ain't just some dude with a camera. You feel what I'm saying? Because this is different from
Yes.
what you came from. So
Right.
unpack it and paint the picture to us.
So, I really didn't know what to expect, to be honest. I had never shot. I reached out to a couple of acquaintances in the industry who've shot pro stuff, and I'm just like, what should I expect? And they kind of told me, and it was actually really funny because the first day, and yes, I shot 2 solos, 2 boy girl, and the first day, they send you a car that picks you up and takes you. And I don't know. I'm in Miami. I don't know where I'm going.
They
And
gave
it
you some
pulls,
good treatment. Sent the car for.
I know. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And so we pull up in front of this kind of apartment complex. And I'm like, what the hell? Where am I? And it was, they have their whole thing set up in this apartment. But yeah, I walk in and it was just very friendly. They really put you at ease. Like I said, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't even know who I was shooting with
Yeah,
until they
we're gonna get
walked
to that in
in.
a second, but go ahead. We're gonna get to that in a second. I got a question about that, but go ahead. Hello? Hello?
Did I lose you?
No, I think he stopped recording for a second. Hold on.
Okay.
Stop. No, I'm still recording. I ain't know. You lost me for a second. But yeah. Go ahead, finish. Go ahead.
So yeah, so I walked in. They were very welcoming and they really put me at ease. And I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous. I was very nervous because I had never done that before. And you do hear some horror stories about, shooting pro stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have any of that experience. It was amazing.
Most definitely. So, um, now what's interesting is prior to this, you knew your male talents. You had the opportunity to get to know
Yes.
them, gain chemistry, develop chemistry. Now, this is a male talent dude you never met in your life. So now on the fly, you have to develop chemistry. What's some of the things, and this also why I try to preach to male talents, what's some of the things that they did from the producer to the male talent himself that helped you relax and be the best you on in the scene?
The producer was so friendly. He was always like, "Don't worry about it, just relax. I'm gonna, I'll cue you." So that was good because I hadn't shot pro. I mean, it's like, okay, look in the camera. I shot for myself, just, home stuff, but very,
She
he
said
was
whole stuff.
so kind. Home stuff. I did home stuff. But the male talent, I worked with Nikki Rebel. He was amazing. You've probably heard of
She's a
him.
legend. Yeah, she's a
The
legend.
legend. He came
I've been in the
in.
business
He's just
15 years. If I don't know who the fuck Nikki Rebel is, I don't do porn. Go ahead.
I
Yeah, I lost you.
was, um, yeah, it was. the whole experience was good, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I'm like, I'm whispering in his ear, as we're in the middle of the scene. I'm like, just lead me. I don't know, what should I do? I'm whispering as he's talking to me, and I'm like, okay, I'm not sure what, tell me, just you lead, and I'll follow your lead.
You said, yeah, because I tell people the male talent really dictates the scene.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna ask you this though: did the director direct the scene, or did they just let y'all go?
Well, so this is what I did like about working with SCORE is they laid out like this is what the scene's gonna be, like as I think of specifically the day 2, it was a scene where my personal trainer couldn't show up, so they sent a replacement. And the nice thing is he said, this is how I see the scene, but also gave you creative bandwidth to kind of go with it. And so that was nice too. And I just feel so fortunate because, Nikki is so experienced that he knew, he's like, okay, no, move over this way. No, I'm going to, come in from this side. And yeah, it was a good balance of this is what I kind of want the scene to be like, but also you get creative bandwidth to make it your own.
And plus, I know you enjoyed the pretty girl photo shoot. Because they got great photographers, dog. They have great photographers. Yeah. Top of the line, I'm telling you. So, but now with this, because this is your first professional shoot, people don't realize when we do this business, you have to think when you're getting fucked. You have to think about the camera. You have to know where the camera's at. You have to know your angles, how to angle yourself, and the whole nine. So it was kind of like, what's some of the things that you took away from that shoot that helped you down the line to become, better?
So much. Oh my gosh, so much. Yes, you are exactly right. So shooting that was a priceless experience. You're absolutely right. So like looking at the camera, the director was telling, you need to look at the camera when you're doing this act, or, when your rear is to the camera, like grabbing your butt cheek and looking back. And it was just things that I didn't know, being a new creator. And so, yeah, I was really excited to get back home and, put into process all these cool techniques that I learned.
Yeah, because see, people don't realize, like, just to give a personal example, if the guy hit you doggy style and the director wants to see the dick action, a experienced male talent would take his non-camera hand, reach over, grab the butt cheek, part the butt cheek, and angle his body to where you can see the dick going in the pussy. That is not a comfortable position. That's not a comfortable position by any way. For women, reverse cowgirl, depending upon how you do it, is not as comfortable. Especially when girls doing squats, unless they just really in shape like that, squat like that.
Hell no.
You don't realize filming in front of the camera is a workout. You be sweating.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that reminds me of a funny thing is when I was shooting with Nikki, they wanted this reverse cowgirl, and I'm like, holy hell, I can't. And I'm like, Nikki, you gotta hold me up. Grab that ass and be pushing it.
Because because the thing of it is, like I tell anybody, we have to hit all positions. We can't miss one.
Yes. Right.
And even to the point, your thought process is the wilder the sex is. That's why I used to go into a hotel room and like, okay, what furniture I'm gonna put on today? If it's an ottoman, then it's a beautiful day. You know what I'm saying? Because go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, but you were talking about all the techniques and like taking the hand from the back and pulling the butt cheek. I was so excited to get back home and tell my stunt cock, okay, this is what you need to do now so they can see it.
She went back and said, okay, I'm about to make you a
Yeah,
professional porn star, sir.
that's right. That's right.
But see, but I'm going to tell you what it is. Iron sharpens iron. That's why I said part of that that's the other reason why you work with other established male talent.
Yes.
Because they teach you how to work. Because, one, even to the point, like, I used to do shit like, I tell a girl before we shoot, if I say, baby, let me see them pretty eyes. Look, I might say, like, girl, let me see them pretty eyes. That lets you know, open your eyes, there's a camera in front of you. Period. Or what have you. Or you might look back, but still look at the camera real quick so they can see that face. See it.
Right.
Lift yourself up when you get dog style so the titties hang. So they can see the titties moving. It's things that you as a female talent even learn. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So now you got your boy right. Now, of course, you expanded your brain to network with other talent. So I know that guys are going to be listening to this podcast, this episode, and this is the fun part for the ladies all the time because y'all really enjoy talking about this. What do a dude need to bring to the table? Because let me put this in perspective. Your first shoot, professional shoot, your first real shoot was school. I was always taught when you level up, you stay at that level, never go below. You work with Nikki Rebel. You already have a male talent. So, and you probably got more paid gigs as time went. You feel me? Or what have you. So,
I hope so.
But you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, you don't necessarily need a male talent for so much. You feel me? Because the way the game is nowadays. So when you open up your circle to work with another talent, what do they need to bring to the table? How they need to approach? What they need to be? What they need to be about? All that. You got the floor.
Yeah. So that is such a good point. I'm glad you brought that up because before we were going to Miami XBiz, and my goal this year was to do a large number of content trade and collabs because, my stunt cock, you can only do so much talent with the same, or so many scenes with the same person, and then it kind of becomes mundane. And so I definitely want to, provide new, fresh content. And I did put the call out on Twitter, that I was looking for collabs. And as you can imagine, my DMs on Twitter just kind of blew up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure of it. It's you're sexy, big with a big booty, and you was just on Score Mag, and you're a MILF. I don't need to say no more.
Yeah, I don't. It's funny because I don't think I'm all that, but the MILF thing is definitely, and I love to play up to that. That's kind of my branding. And so, as an example, I had a couple talents who aren't very well known that reached out to me, and it just because they aren't well known doesn't mean I won't work with them. But the way that they approached the DMs was just not very professional, and I did have, and then Artemis reached out to me, so professional, so nice. We talked about doing a collab.
Hello? She went out. Hello?
Okay, are you
Hello?
there?
Yeah, we back. Don't worry, I can edit this all day. I just had to go through it.
No. I think I know what the problem is. It's when my screen on my phone, when it goes, the screensaver goes, it cuts my
Yeah.
audio out. Damn it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Okay,
understandable. I knew you were going to, but go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm gonna start over. I don't even know where we left off, but okay. So I don't know. Did you get the part about I've had a few people message me on Twitter?
Yes, and the last thing you were talking about when Artemis hit you up, how professional he was when he hit
Yes.
you up.
Yeah, so Artemis was very professional, like messaged me. We went back and forth about times, and I just couldn't, like, I couldn't commit to a certain time because I didn't know how long these other collabs were going to take or what the schedule was. And the really cool thing is, once we got to Miami, but even before I got to Miami, um, he had sent me his testing information, his profile. I mean, just very, very professional and, wasn't demanding at all. And luckily, I feel so fortunate we were able to work out a time to do that collab. And I just can't say enough about working with him. He was
Yeah,
amazing.
Artemis, I done had him on the show a few times. I could say him in the top 10 of the best male talents right now in the game.
Absolutely.
I even talked to him and his homie Peter King. Shouts out to Peter King Productions and all that good stuff. So, so who else had you at work? So your first real content collabs was at X3, correct?
No, I didn't go to X3 in January. So just Miami, XBiz Miami in May.
My bad. I don't know why. See, when she got lost, it made me think my bad. Don't mind me. But anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, Miami XBiz was really the first time I did some serious collabs.
So, who else did you work with while you was at XBiz?
I was fortunate to work with B York, who is amazing. I did my first hardcore girl scene with her, and she is amazing to work with and gorgeous. And my queen, Romy Chase, I got to do a couple of collab videos with Romy, and that was so fun to work with her and her videographer and photographer.
Definitely. So now moving forward, because you mentioned the term brand, and when now picking the towns that you work with, I always tell females, women has to take into account what they want their brand to look like, even down to the talent that they appear with. Period. When it comes to your brand, how much do you take that into account moving forward now with everything that you do? Because now your brand is growing. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's webcam, it's content. Now you also did a paid gig. Now you actually working with established talent. You feel what I'm coming from?
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
So where do you want your brand to go? Where do you want your brand to land?
So my brand really, you're right. So I'm very picky about talent, and I have been from day one. Just because, once it's out there, as you well know. Any of us creators know. And so I've been very careful and discerning about who I work with. I think going forward, I want talent that has a good hold on the industry, that has good experience. I'm still learning, so I want to learn from them as well. I want to, see, I want to learn. I want them to teach me as well. And so I think, going forward, continuing to find those people that really align. I have requirements when I work with talent. And so luckily, the talent I've worked with meets those requirements. And, I have things where I don't allow nudity in social media. So if they can't guarantee me that they're not going to post, them fucking my pussy or, you know, my
Oh, okay.
titties all over. Everything that I do needs to be behind a paywall.
Mm.
I just don't give out free content. And so, yeah, going forward,
Gee, that's interesting. That's
yeah,
interesting. But no, but I feel where you're coming from. Because you, once again, it goes to your brand. And
yes,
that's no, either boy. When I think about like I got a wrestling podcast, like the different wrestlers and stuff like that, like kayfabe.
mhm.
Like nah, bruh, you can show me this sexy lingerie and me and you standing together, but I better not have a dick in my mouth on your profile.
Right,
But
right.
but see, but I'm gonna ask you this: did you take into account that how women market is different than how a man can market it to make money?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely, definitely.
Yeah. Because see, it's like this, and I tell this to every man, woman, and child in this business. Your fan base is nothing like the man's. I tell any woman that. Your fan
Right.
base is probably 90% straight men. Let me tell you who our fan base is. It's 90%
Yes.
men, but not all of them is straight.
Correct. You know,
And
it's funny because Artemis and I had that conversation when we shot
yeah,
about who the fan base is. So it's very
yeah,
interesting.
yeah, because it's like sometimes because it's just like the conversation of if he and you put up the scene. I heard a female say, well, no, I heard a dude say this. He was like, man, if y'all both got the scene up, I ain't gonna make no money. I'm like, you're right. You ain't gonna make no money. She's gonna make the money. You're gonna make some money. It's just facts. I'm sorry. Women make more money than men in this business per capita.
Right.
It is facts.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that's interesting that you said that. I get why you said that though. You feel me?
Hmm.
Because when I look on your page, you don't show you. It's like this. It's pinup. You feel where I'm coming from? It's like
Right.
every shot is pinup. So it's like you are literally. How can I put this? You're building your brand to a exclusiveness that will probably make you money. I see why you make so much money with the camping now.
My
It
motto,
explains it. It explains
my
it. And plus,
motto,
go ahead.
I was gonna say my motto is I'm a luxury, not a discount.
I like that. I'm a luxury, not a discount. Somebody to put out a damn T-shirt. Damn
Well, so you will never find, well, I can't say never unless someone pirates it, but you will not find my pussy. You will not find a dick in my mouth. You will not find my tits on Twitter or any other social media
it. Now, this is the
because it's
interesting thing.
all behind a paywall. You want to pay for that, you got to see it. You want to see it, you got to pay for it.
Now, it's because, like I said, also the biggest thing is, all right. The key is staying the course and believing, staying the course. So, how do you not allow yourself to break from your brand and business plan? Because sometimes, like somebody might, let's say, I gotta give you a good example. Like I hear females say that, like fetish chicks, they say if they do boy
Mhm.
girl, they won't do boy girl because they're afraid they'll lose money or they lose their fan
Mhm.
base. You get where I'm coming from? So,
Yes,
and some girls, they stuck with that. They ain't never did no boy girl ever. You feel me? But then some
yes.
girls, they end up breaking. So, how important is it to you to stay on brand? That you don't break
It,
that business plan.
it is very important. It's consistency. And I'll tell you something. Romy Chase told me something once, and it has stuck with me. Does Louis Vuitton ever go on sale when sales are down? Hell no. Hell no. Louis Vuitton will always be the same price, no matter what the economy is.
That's the realest.
Isn't that awesome? And
No,
it
but
really made
it's
me go,
facts though. It's facts though, actually.
yes. So I'm like, this pussy, this MILF pussy is not gonna, it's consistency. And you're right. I mean, maybe my sales are gonna be down because I'm not giving it, I'm not giving it away. But also, you're right. It's exclusivity. You want
I mean,
access to that pussy?
but see, I'm gonna tell you what. I don't know if you know this. Think about this. You have money making money different ways. I always say this: girls who do it all make the most money or have the more way of making money. So because you're not necessarily dependent upon doing actual content, you actually have the luxury of saying that shit. Honestly,
Right. Right.
because
Well,
I mean, to be honest, because I remember it was a lady I talked that was out of Canada, and she said, "I don't need more male talent. I'm good." She come to the United States. I was gonna, because she was going to be an exotic. She was like, "No, I'm good. I'm not even shooting. I'm good." You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, but see, the reason why, because one, she had webcam going on. She had the Sex Panther thing going on. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we keep it real on my fucking show. She did meet and greets in this bitch. But the point being is, she had different ways of making money, so she wasn't dependent upon one way of making money.
absolutely. Diversity, diversifying is definitely the key. And I'm very diversified. Like you said, I'm on cam. I do fan site. I do Sex Panther. I do Night Flirt. I do lots of different things. So I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. I think that's the problem in this industry. If you put all of your eggs in one basket, if that basket, if the bottom falls out of it, that's where you get in trouble.
Yeah, because I even laughed when she said, "Yeah, we didn't know we wanted to go on OnlyFans." Everybody jumped their ass on OnlyFans with the quickness. That shows you, yeah, do we really want to deal with this shit? We making too much money over here. Do we need it?
Yeah.
Let's try it anyway. So no, but I like that. I like that. Because it's like, at the same token, you ain't got to worry about getting, let's say, deleted too often or being suspended your accounts or the whole nine by the way that you're moving. And also, you're training your fan base. Because a lot of females don't understand how to do that. You feel me? Because you can train your fan base to where, okay, they accept what the fuck you do and they love it.
Yes. Yes.
What's some of your thought process when it went to training your fan base? Setting the standard for this is, if you follow me, this is what you're getting. And be happy.
Yeah, it's evolved. And like I said, in the beginning, I made lots of mistakes. I mean, my original OnlyFans, I charged a higher monthly subscription, but I gave it all away. Full fuck vids on the feed. I mean, it was crazy. And I kind of learned my lesson. I was like, why am I not making any money? Because I'm giving it all away. So why would they tip me? Or, why would they order custom content if I'm giving everything away? And so I've learned my lesson. I've made so many mistakes.
Yeah, because it, like, even to me, like, you have a striking look. You have body wise, and then the pretty eyes, you're beautiful, and the short hair makes it pop. I'm sorry, I did that. What caught me when I went across your profile, I'm like, damn, I like the short hair, but she hot as hell.
Oh, you're making me blush.
Oh, no doubt. No, trust me. If I've been in this business 15 years, I know what's hot. I know what would sell, and if a female has the it factor, it's obvious. Score grabbed you. Hello. Artemis shot with you. That didn't shot when I saw Artemis. Oh, I'm like, yeah. I already knew that. I'm pretty sure you get a few few top-notch talent that might want to holler at you.
Well, thank you. I might add that
I'm telling you.
my Artemis vid is my top selling vid of all time in 2.5 years.
Hey, look, but also you kind of, once again, you trained your fan base because you made that scene a special dish. You feel what I'm coming from?
Absolutely.
It's like, because, see, that's the other thing why the rest of male talent. It gives your fan regularity. And then your main events or your pay-per-views, okay, I'm going to put it like in pro wrestling. You have your Raw and your SmackDown. That is your male dick, your stunt dicks, or dick, or what have you. And then you have your pay-per-views. That's your Artemis. That's your Rome Majors. You feel what I'm saying? That's your top guys at top of the business, what have you, like Dan Ferrara, what have you, Ferrari. Shouts out to him and everything, and David Lee and all cats like that, shooting with major talent. That, and it makes it special because, oh damn, she got somebody new. Well, she ain't hitting stunt dick today. It makes it special. It's like you kind of just naturally knew how to market and do the market perfectly. You're doing the blueprint. You was doing my blueprint, but I've been telling girls what makes money in this business. So thank you for proving me right. Thank you.
I didn't purposely do it. I just, I think it just all worked out. I feel very blessed.
Yeah, because even to the point you said, it went, 2 years? You've been what, 2 years?
2 years, basically. Years.
So each year you have grown and you have spread your wings. You feel me?
Absolutely.
So with that, before I get to the fans' favorite segment, now on the sexual side of things, where would you like to expand your repertoire when it comes to your brand? Now, what I mean by that is because I know if you're watching porn, you're a business lady. You watch the trends of what's going on. It's getting more extreme now. So, question one, stick within your brand if your brand is not to be extreme. And two, if you want to go extreme, where you want to take it.
Yeah. So at this point in time, I don't feel like I'm ready to go extreme. I want to do a lot more, collabs, a lot more boy-girl and girl-girl scenes. I just, I feel like I haven't done a lot of that, so I want to focus on that probably for the next year at least. And then if I were to go extreme, I mean, my dream scene would be an awesome gangbang scene. That would be awesome.
How many dudes?
I would say probably no more than 5.
She's modest. I done heard 10. I heard it go. Shit, I know some people that got high double digits. I'm like, damn.
Nah, I'm 55 years old. I think 5 is my magic number.
Get the fuck out of here. You are not no 55. I thought you were going to say 51 or something.
No, yes, sir. 55. I'm headed on the downhill side to 56 in December. So, yeah. And you figure I didn't get into porn until I was, 53? Yeah.
So with that being said, Mama, we about to get to the fans' favorite segment. Y'all know what it is. This is when the time when the pussies go dry and the dicks go limp. Let's talk about the business. And part of this wonderful segment is where we actually talk about the shit that is not sexy at all. No. Ups and downs of the business, the money, black girls sometimes, the headache of the promotion, because the filming is the easy part. The real work is packaging it, making it look good, editing it, marketing it, getting enough of it for it to make money. Speak to that, Miss Lady.
Oh, yeah, you are so right. I think in the beginning of this podcast, you talked about like what did you not expect? And it's definitely like the marketing, the editing, the technology.
Yes.
Technology is like insane. I have learned so much in 2 years about technology I never even thought. I mean, it's just crazy. But yes, the work, you're right. You are so right. Filming it is the easy part. It's what you do with that afterwards. And,
Yeah.
um,
Yes, it
you know,
is.
for instance, today I shot my 4th of July stuff and it's like 200 pictures, 3 teaser vids, a masturbation vid, a TikTok. It's like, okay, now I probably have how many hours of like, you're right, massaging it, editing it, and getting it out there. So that is definitely a challenge for me because I'm not always technologically on top of things. So I'm constantly YouTubing.
Yes. Yes. Trust me, 'cause even with podcasts, there's so much technology that I'm tapping into. Got to get into. I had to learn Zoom. Had to learn Skype. As well as Anchor. It's like this just the headliner to make my audio clips. I also use Windows Movie Maker to actually make the videos and stuff like that. And this is podcast. I ain't talking about the porn side of things. Oh no,
Right, right.
totally different. Because see nowadays, because you didn't. I mean, they used to make trailers. I had to make trailers. You feel
Hmm.
me? Now they just put a clip together 1 minute or some fucking and sucking, and that's their advertisement. Period. So that's
Right.
what I like about you. You put thought into your advertising and your marketing and everything. So with that being said, what some of the things that you do that when it's slow, you do to pick it up?
Yeah. So, you know, when it's slow, I think recycling content is good, reworking it. I'll do that a lot of times. When times are slow, it's really personal interaction that I enjoy. So I'll message my fans personally, on my fan site, talk with them and spend that extra time with them.
Yeah, you got to pay attention to fans. And see, too, also, like I said, because you can also, it helps you also interact with fans. It also helps you interact with fans in person because it kind
Yeah.
of, period, and even help you on the porn side of things. Because to me, a lot of cam girls excel when they go to boy girl because you kind of know shit about yourself before you get in front of that camera anyway.
Mhm.
With another dude, period.
Mhm.
Because you already broke the ice because you had a stunt dick, so you
Yes.
just had to
Yes.
pretty up what you were doing. You feel what I'm saying?
I have a cock on demand.
I mean, nothing wrong with that. That's what I'm saying. So, with that being said, let's talk about two sides of this because it's also a mental game as well. More so for guys than women, but still. Speak to the mental prep and physical prep that you do before you do a scene. You feel me? Period. Because when it comes to being in front of that camera, you have to have a certain mindset. It ain't just we fucking. So
Right.
what's some of the mental prep, some of the things that you do to, get yourself ready for the shoots?
So, some of the things I do, I like to write down how I want the scene to go, and it kind of depends on what the situation is. So if I'm doing a collab, before I did collabs in Miami, I had a notebook and it's like, this is a scene I want to do, and this is how I want it to go. At home, I have a whiteboard that I will kind of, plan out my scene at, how many minutes I want something to go. I'm pretty specific, and, what kind of angles I want to get. Mentally, I have what I like to do before I do a scene is like turn off all social media. I don't want any, what I call background noise in my life. I want to be able to concentrate on that scene. really play it through. I try to put a lot of thought into my scenes, and make sure that it's on brand. Of course, I love my MILF scenes, that kind of thing. But physically, I know I perform better, at certain times of the day. So I'm not necessarily a late night person. For
Yeah, I
filming,
like
that
shooting
just
in the
doesn't work.
morning myself.
Yeah, that doesn't work. The late night stuff doesn't work for me. And so I know that it's, the time of day definitely uh, can dictate my energy level,
And plus, we
because you're
ain't spring
right.
chickens. I'm 47 myself. We ain't spring chickens.
No, we're not. We're not. And, it was like,
Young folk. I mean, maybe in our 20s, I can go at 12 midnight. No, shit, I'm 47. Shit, midnight, I'm in sleep. I'm
oh,
sleep.
yeah.
I'm sleep. Goddamn, what the hell,
Yeah.
boy? I ain't
So
shaking my head.
that's kind of how I prepare. It even comes down to, I don't want to eat before a scene. I don't, I want, I want it certain way.
Yeah. No, I totally understand. So with that, now after the scene is over, what's some of the things you do to unwind, relax or what have you? Because there's always the aftercare.
There is nothing like a great glass of wine and a joint, I tell you.
Welcome to the Smokers Lounge.
Woo!
Yes, we bring that smoke and we smoke. But go ahead.
I tell you, when I was in Miami, the day I did collabs, I shot for about 12 hours straight. Literally, I did, like 4 scenes, and that evening I was just like, I'm just brain dead. I'm not only physically dead because you know what they say, if you're not hurting at the end of the day, it wasn't a good photo shoot or it wasn't a good scene.
No, it definitely was not. No, it
Muscle
was not.
wise, but yeah, so after a really good scene, I like to just kind of kick back and, just decompress.
Yeah. You told us your age, you're 55. Now I'm gonna ask you this: did you think that a woman could be popping at 55 and
Gosh, good question. I really had no idea. I mean, no. I mean,
oh,
gosh,
you
that's a
don't?
hard question.
Hold on.
You know, uh,
Hold on. I've got to school you, but go ahead.
Originally I was like, I don't know if I'm marketable. When I got into the panty thing, when you're doing panties, nobody cares
Yeah.
about your age. They just care about how creamy are those panties. And then, and then, the content, and it started to take off. And I was like, wow, I kind of sat back on my heels and thought, I think there's a market for, a woman of this age and experience. And, yeah, I, I
Yeah.
think
I
that
mean,
there's a
because
market for it.
now commentary was crazy, right? Now, when I first came to the game, it was you had to be young, right? You had to be
Hmm.
18, maybe in your 20s. Not in 2022. Because the females are now stepping in the game. And maybe because it was the pandemic, but even before the pandemic, to be honest with you,
Hmm. Hmm.
the average age was between coming in the game was, I say, 35 to 45. And then I think
Yep.
about like Sika Black, Rita Daniels, these females in their 60s,
Hmm.
gangbangs. I'm sitting there like, grandma, tearing these young boys up, got you know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
to me, it's like, and to me, also, and you can speak to this, when you come in the game older, you come with a little bit more maturity and sense of urgency when it comes to making the money.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, because we are older and our lifespan, I guess, in this industry is definitely going to be shorter than someone who's 25 or 30. So yeah, Yeah, for sure. For sure. But also, I think for me, I also have a point to prove to some degree, and that sexuality comes at all ages.
Yes.
Um, and sexuality to me and your, how sensual you are is really a state of mind. And I think what I have loved about this industry as I, grew with it is how the diversity of body types and ages, and there's really a place at the table for everybody, and that excites me.
Yeah, because it's because it used to be. I tell people we in the content creator era. Even though I don't like the term too tough, but it is what it is. I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep it real. I keep it honest on my show, but because that's just the way just how it is. I don't like the term content creator so much, you know.
Yeah.
But that's a story for another day. But the thing of it, it opened the door to where one you can't put everybody in the box,
Hmm.
and it opened the door for everyone to have an opportunity to be noticed, and also it gives realism because now you're not playing to that image of that you have to be a certain size, certain shape,
Right.
even a certain age,
Right.
and it's kind of like, no, trust me, you being 55 is not going to hurt you in this industry. I'm trying to tell you, you're going to have a lot of cats at you. No, seriously, because even to the point, like, even to the bigger companies like Brazzers, they have an older thing, the stepmom, the wife, period. Of course,
Yep.
you're going to be placed into that, want to go there, gift. Grandma like to fuck. Because
Hmm.
they're their age or what have you. So there's so many things that you can fit and get money off of niche wise, period.
Yeah.
That's why I tell females now, it's always good to do role play scenes. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I think you would benefit even more because it's kind of
Right.
like you can play like the teacher. You can play
Hmm.
um the lady next door, or in Friday Miss Parker, because I did like the Miss Parker outfit. But you can Romy Chase. I was like, oh gosh, she got the Daisy Dukes. Shoot, that's surprised you might need to look into some cosplay. That's just me. I'm just saying.
I love it. I love it.
Because I mean, even to the point that because like I said, the only thing is now is when you start doing boy girl scenes, and you alluded to it. This is the last we're gonna really talk about. You alluded to it is keeping variety to where you don't bore your fan base. A lot of females and guys do not understand that because you can
Yeah.
bore a fan base fast, especially in this microwave era.
Yep. I always want to come up with the unexpected.
So, what's one of your favorite scenes that you came up with?
One of my favorite scenes that I've done so far.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. I just have to say, I think the Artemis scene has been my favorite. And I can't really, they're all my favorite for different reasons. Does that make sense?
I get what you're saying. She just love her work. That's just all it is. She knows she do
I
good work.
do. I love what I do. I mean, I quit my full-time social work job at the end of April. That was a dream of mine, to do this full time. But no, I mean, everyone I've shot with, I love it. And it's all for different reasons. I shot with B. York. That was amazing. Um, that was my first hardcore girl scene. I shot with Romy. We did some awesome femdom scenes. I mean, that was exciting and new content for me. I hadn't done a lot of that. Um, and so that's been a great hit. Uh, Artemis, of course, love that. Yeah, I do. I just love what I do every day.
Well, I know this much because I can't wait to see what you continue to do. And you had to come back, right?
I would love to come back. You are so awesome to chat with.
And so with that being said, can I call you my smoke buddy?
There you go. Yeah, I think after this
See,
podcast, it's time to get a buzz on.
oh yes, oh yes. So people, you heard it from her lips, her sexy lips, I may say. You'll be hearing from her again here on the Smokers Lounge, as well as the Premium Smoke Room, my subscription-based side of the website of the podcast. I'm talking about 6 premium podcasts that you get to listen to weekly for the price of $4.99 a month. That's all you got to do is subscribe. And we talk nastier, we get more raunchier, and even more candid, and even more honest in the Premium Smoke Room. So come catch that smoke. So with that being said, you sexy lady, tell everybody where they can spend money on you.
Oh, I would love to. You can go to rubylynn.com, which is has links to everywhere you can find me. Of course, I'd love to see you on my OnlyFans, which is, on my links page. I cam on a few different cam sites. ePlay is now my cam home. I'm a Key Club ambassador for ePlay. So you can find me there, and I would just love to get to know you and have some fun.
No doubt, no doubt. So people, she will be back, and we will welcome her back. The platform is open to her. And with that being said, you know how we always end this podcast, no matter what. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience? You didn't learn anything. Smoke that open. Thank you for coming to the lounge, baby girl.
Thank you so much for having me.